Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you doing, everybody? Hope you guys are doing super good. Happy Wednesday from me to you, chat. We're back in the saddle. Back in the saddle with some more Kerbal Space Program. And tonight, there's a couple things on the to-do list that I want to do. And Warlock starting the stream off on a super good note with that 45 Kerbal years of support. My goodness gracious. Thank you very much, Warlock. Goodness, it's Twitch Prime even. How about that? Okay, so if I remember where we left off, chat, we had some work to do in regards to our software, looking at how we can use Python to control our robotic parts. And mainly what I'm actually really interested in is, let me actually confirm that we can. I'm pretty sure we can. For like robotic hinges, we should be able to make them through code lock very, very quickly. Why is that important? Because if anybody has messed around with the robotic parts in Kerbal Space Program, you should know that whenever the robotic parts are under load, you can't lock them unless they are able to maintain that load at the exact angle that you are targeting, right? So if you were to target the hinge to be 0 degrees, if it's under load and it's slightly bent, you can't actually lock out that hinge. And that's really bad for developing landing gear with robotic parts. But now, maybe through code, we can actually like spam the lock function to where hopefully within that small fractions of a second that we can actually spam that lock command, we can lock out all the hinges, which would be really, really good. Just transcribe it to Rust. Yeah, actually, it does support Rust, doesn't it? I saw somewhere that it supported Rust, but it might not be in their documents. But yeah, you do that with cows? I do that with cows as well, but it's still kind of a hit or miss. And I think it's just because I don't know. We have done it with cows as well, Snackless, yeah. But if we could do it with code, then it can just spam the lock function that much faster, right? Every 50th of a second instead of every 10th of a second, or however fast you can actually do it in game. But anyways, that's kind of what I want to look at as well. The other thing that we need to look at, what is this debris here? I don't think that's actually debris. Oh, it's not. It's our camera, chat. I don't know why it shows it over here, but we have a camera up on the VAB, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We have our DCX transport. Let's go ahead and recover that for the moment. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our rocket at the moment. Yo, what's up, Naps? How are you? A rare lately rocket guy sighting. Yes, work has been rather hectic, as it sometimes does. My work, right, has like definitely times of like, you know, extraneous amounts of work required to hit a deadline, and then, you know, periods of lull. We're kind of in that we're kind of on the down slope side right now, which is good. Currently bringing my lifting body home on the flight test, the one that you showed in Discord, that one, the one that kind of looks like a Dream Chaser but larger. Is that the one you're talking about, the lifting body? All right, so I think what we want to test with first in terms of reusability is I'd really like to start off with our Minerva vehicle. So we have Minerva, flight ready, this guy. Indeed, nice. I think I want to make this one return first. I think that's what we're gonna do. So I figured tonight we do a couple of things. One, look to see what style of landing leg might be good for this rocket, and alternatively, or maybe I should say in tandem, looking at what kind of control system should we implement on this rocket. There's a couple of options, right? One, we can go New Glenn, right? New Glenn has those smaller legs that more smaller legs that pop out from the very bottom radially. Oh, and who was that? Yo, Supersonic Retro Propulsion coming in with that green launch button for six Kerbal years. Wow, wait, 6 Kerbal years in advance, and you've subscribed for 3 Kerbal years so far. Supersonic Retro Propulsion, thank you very, very much. Seriously, starting the stream off on a super positive note. Hell yeah. Thank you, my friend. That's too kind, entirely too kind. Taking us into the next year as well. That's wild. Man, what have you been on today? How have you been having a good day? So there's a couple ways that we could do this, right? One is more smaller landing gear on the bottom here, or we can go Falcon 9, which is fewer larger landing gear at the bottom. Don't know yet off the top of my head which one will actually work better. I did a commercial crew type thing and had 3 test vehicles, and I settled with the lifting potty type. Oh, that's actually really cool. So you kind of went through an entire trade study process. I like it. I like it. All right. Yes, chat. Yes, indeed. Very good. Are you excited for Flight 6? Yes, I am. It's currently scheduled for Monday, right? Monday at like, it's at a weird time. Does anybody know why it's at that time? It's like Monday at 3 or something like that, unless it's changed since I last looked at it earlier today. It's just a weird time, right? The other ones have been like first thing in the morning. But yeah, definitely excited for Flight 6. Hopefully they can recreate their last success for a day landing in Indian Ocean. Nice. Yeah, I can dig that. I can certainly dig that. All right, chat. So let's see. Like I said, there's a couple ways we can do this. One, we can just have much simpler but more landing gear along the bottom here, or we can have fewer larger landing gear like a Falcon 9 integrated here. You know what? Let's actually look first at our Falcon 9. That might be good. Daylight landing for Starship. That's cool. That's awesome. And we those daylight landing from the buoy. Oh, that would be so good. That would be super good. It's late in London, so don't always catch these live, but good to see the streams again. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, so let's take a look at our Falcon 9. We were flying this last week or a couple weeks ago. Let's bring this out. So we have our landing gear here, right? This is what we got. And I need to figure out what is the root part of this. I hope it's this. It should be this. So if I take this off, yeah, that's one full landing gear with everything. And so just out of curiosity, what does it look like on this? Kiss applies always. So these might actually be too big. We'll have to see. Yeah, I think these are gonna be way too big. So that's 4 times symmetry there, and they're already eating into the engine nacelle. Yeah. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have to go the other route, chat, which is fine. And of course, these are actually the opposite way. They're supposed to be like this. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, you see, so these are Falcon 9 style of landing gear, but this rocket, unlike the Falcon 9, has engine nacelles, so it doesn't look like we're gonna have as good of an opportunity to use these larger legs here, which is, like I said, it's fine. It's just another way to do things, right? All right, then let's get rid of that. Let's also take you. Take you. Oh, so that's how that's... Huh. So that's how that works, chat. Huh. All right, well, fair enough, I guess. I attached it to the wrong thing, I guess? I don't know. Anyways, not a big deal. Let's go ahead and delete these. I don't want them to interfere. And let's call this the Minerva 1R flight ready. All right. So let's see what we can do here, chat. Where can we integrate some landing gear? So my first thought is to do something with the large guys here. That might actually just be the thing that we need. Because then they should be able to pop out like this. Like that. They'll have to go lower, of course. They'll have to go lower, of course. Like that, maybe. It's not bad. Not like you actually have to deal with winds on the pad. That's true. That is most certainly true. Our life is certainly easy in KSP. So how do we make these work, right? Because we could do something like that. We could do something like that. Something super simple. Just thinking of like the best way, because we could also integrate it all the way around, but I feel like that would be a little bit weird. But the engine nacelles side by side are throwing me off a little bit on how exactly I want to do this. Let's also see if we can't pick this up just a little bit off the ground so I can actually kind of see where everything fits. That isn't so bad, actually. Because what we would have to have, chat, is each one of these would be on a piston. So let's actually kind of see what it would look like. You know what? Let's actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's take a piston real quick. Ideally a small one. Ideally a small one. And this might actually even be the wrong part. Like we might be able to, instead of using the grip pads, just use like, I don't know, an I-beam and a flag or something to make it blend. But for now, we're gonna stick with this because they're kind of easy to work with. Go to robotic parts. So let's do the cylinder first. And if I just use one of these like so, that way it extends down. And then one of these like so. Yeah. And then take you and put you on here like so. There we go. Yo, what's up, Adev? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Turn that around so we just see the smooth side. Rock Guy said completing designs of my reusable rocket triad to give you ideas. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, dude, that actually looks amazing. That reminds me very much of the Lockheed Martin CRV? Was it their CRV? No, not that. Not the actual CRV. What was the Lockheed Martin vehicle? Crew vehicle. This thing, yeah, the Lockheed Martin crew exploration vehicle. That's what that reminds me of. Cause see, look, this is what it would have been integrated with. That actually looks amazing for what you were able to get done. Yeah, I like that. Man, you got a lot packed into the very bottom there. Nice. That's looking good. There's your reusable upper stage. Nice. Ooh. Ooh, landing gear. Hang on. What you got? What sort of landing gear design did you implement? Ah, I actually really like those because they're so small and compact. What are those? Are those just... Are those... Wait. Yeah, are these just two cylinders kind of like forked together with like a grip pad at the bottom? Is that what I'm seeing? Heavily inspired? Cool, cool. Because that actually could work really well for what we want to do here. Because those look really, really small, which is kind of what we need at the moment. Do you have like another image? So these are them inside. Oh, you also did it on here as well, huh? Now that looks a little bit different, right? Yeah, that looks a little bit different. I do like the use of those though. An alligator hinge and grip pads with a fuel line to look thicker. Oh, so is that one of these grip pads? Or are you saying you use the grip pads at the very, very bottom for the foots? So the alligator hinge, is it a big alligator hinge? No, that'd be a little bit too big, right? Well, let's actually see. 4x symmetry. Would that work in 4x symmetry? Oh, it does actually work in 4x symmetry. Not against that. The small, oh, you did use the smaller ones, nice. Okay, okay. Yeah, because they don't really fold up nicely. You did that one, huh? Interesting. Okay, well let me mess with this thing for a second, right? Because I was kind of thinking about doing something like this, where we can have these integrated, right? Like this on the side. And then, well, let's just actually gizmo it out so we can actually see what we're doing. And then to deploy, you could have them extend down and then extend out. Let me actually put it on a cow controller so we can actually see what that looks like. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted it at 90, thank you. And we're also going to limit this to 90. There we go. Hey, what's up, Itchy? How are you? But mine also has a boat tail. That is true. That is true. Yours does have that coming all the way down. All right, let's see here. So if I did something like that, out of curiosity, and let's bind this to a cow controller just so I can set this up for visuals. And then if we go ahead and a bit busy, so I'll just lurk. Hey, understandable. How do you make a second stage like Stoke? It seems like Snackless kind of has that down pat. It looks like this right here, right? So you got a big, so you use fairings to get the shape. You use fairings to get the shape, Andy. Yeah, 100% you use fairings to get the shape. Let's see, where's the other picture of it? Yeah. This image no longer exists. Wait, did you already delete everything? Oh, I guess you did. You deleted that picture. But yeah, you have the fairings here to kind of like make the shape of the bottom, and then you basically put engines around the entire outside of that fairing, and then you have your tanks, and it looks like he also wraps his tanks in a fairing as well to get the shape. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Remington? How are you? What is what's up? I was like, what are you saying? Who's yapping? Yeah, do that. I meant to move that one around. Ah, I gotcha. You made one out of air spikes? Yeah, I figured. All right, so let's see. Cow controller, and then if I wanted to open the editor, and if I wanted to make this probably 1 second deployment, and then let's go ahead and add action groups. We'll go ahead and start with this one. I want it to be extend position. There we go. Oh no, that is actually the wrong one. Probably toggle target. Where's the target? Oh, there we go. Target extension. Okay. So if we did this, and let's go up to say 60. 60 seemed pretty good. Yeah, 60 seems pretty decent, at least for this example here. And then let's also add this one, target angle, and we'll start there at 90, and then let's go out to 150 and see what that does. Oh, no, that is way too much. Ooh, but that looks really clean, chat. Let's make it 130. That's actually still surprisingly a little bit too much. 120. That looks pretty good, actually. That actually might even be too much still. Son of a gun. Let's make it 115. That might be okay. What about 110? Okay. And so when it's like this, okay, so now that we have that cow controller set up, let's see what it looks like when it's fully deployed and everything. So if this was integrated to be basically on the outskirt of the tank structure here, something kind of like that, right? And then we would hit deploy. It's not bad. It could be better if I actually made it a little bit more flush here. Yeah, right on the hinge line, which means that this can actually come up a lot. So that way it's not sticking down so far. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Now we just got to mess with the placement, essentially. I actually like that. That actually could work. Hey, what's up, Remington? Yeah, I'm glad you're able to catch it as well, man. Hey, Adrian, how are you? I recommend watching Sesame Street play ball. Do you know? Is that is that a thing that has to happen? All right, let's do that. That looks pretty good right there, actually. I could even have these go out further. Yeah. That's actually not bad. Okay. So what happens if I now take them and put them out into a lot more symmetry? At least 4 times symmetry and maybe 2 more? That might end up looking weird, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. So yeah, definitely don't want that. So let's try 4 times symmetry first. Like that. Yes, very good. I know it looks weird, we'll have to gizmo everything into place, don't worry. Then 2 times symmetry. Can I just keep doing this in 2 times symmetry? And actually make it be the boat tail? Now, out of curiosity. Oh, they're not all... Son of a gun, chat. I was hoping that they would all copy and paste over. They don't. That's a little bit too much, right? that's a little too much, but at the same time, not bad. It's so weird to me to see this being made reusable. It's really cool. I'm not saying it's not, but to me it feels like if they just came out and made the Atlas V core stage come back and land. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I built this rocket always with the intention of making it reusable, and we're just now getting to it, you know? I wonder if it would actually be better to keep those like that. Well, we'll gizmo them in of course, but then have basically create a boat tail out of a flag. Worth a shot. Does it do all of these now deploy though? No. Wait, why? Hello? Alligator? Wait, which alligator? It doesn't show those being... okay. Oh my gosh, game, please. Please! Why you gotta be like this? Fighting the game sometimes. There we go. Okay. For whatever reason, it just deleted this hinge piece. Target angle. Go that up to 110. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Need some Nuglin. Yes, it could. It could definitely use some Nuglin. Alright, so get rid of that. And then 4 times symmetry. The start. And then we'll probably put 2 times symmetry as well. Okay. For whatever reason, that deletes the alligator hinge ones. How odd. Target extension, add that. We want to copy, we want to paste. And then let's go ahead and do the same for this one. Target angle, this one's gonna go up to 115. Or no, I'm sorry, 110. Do the same thing for these. I don't know if this is gonna work because they might all just be too flimsy to work with, but we'll see. And then we gotta worry about blending it all together. Anyways, that one's gonna also be target angle. And then I want to copy that, and then I want to paste this. All right, so now we should be able to get them actuating outward. Perfect. And so now we have that in place. Oh, did I accidentally do 4x symmetry? I must have done 4x symmetry. I wanted 2x symmetry on these. There we go. See, again, it deleted the son of a gun. Whatever. Yep, it deleted it. Okay, fair enough. Add action group. This guy, toggle angle, copy, paste. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Well, let's see what this gets us. So if I rotate this down and rotate this up, we can mess with the placements here soon enough. But for now, just get them kind of like that for the moment. Then let's do the same thing here and trying to get them all lined up. That looks reasonably close. Awesome. And then there we go. Yeah, I'm actually not against that at all. It looks a little weird having none on the outside, but I'm hoping that'll be okay. I'm hopeful. Will you spin the tanks to deal with how much weight you're adding? Or will you expand, sorry. Will you expand the tanks to deal with how much weight you're adding for landing legs or just a steeper flight? I'm not sure yet. Honestly, we gotta test all that, Rams. That's certainly not out of scope for the changes that we'd have to make. Yeah, certainly not out of scope. All right, seems reasonable. Ideally, I'm really hoping that it's just not going to be that much mass, right? Because we added 0.3 tons there, and then we added another 0.6, so we added 1 metric ton there, roughly. It's actually a little bit less than that. And then we added, oh wow, those are actually really, really light. What is that? So that's we'll call that 0.1, so another 0.6. So we're like 1.6 tons total right now, extra for these landing gears. So it's really, in my opinion, not that much. Granted, that will take, whatever we add down here will take away from our maximum lift capacity, right? So our maximum lift capacity on this booster is around 16 metric tons to LKO. So now we're sitting at like 15 metric tons to LKO, which of course, less than that because we're talking about reusability, so having to save fuel to boost back and land. So maybe we're more at like 8 metric tons to LKO, full reusability for the first stage, but yeah, we'll see. What we're really doing is using this vehicle, right? Let's go ahead and save that. But we're using this vehicle as a testing ground like we did for everything else to eventually move on to make our much larger vehicle. This guy. This is what I ultimately want to make fully reusable. Yeah, this guy. This guy is capable of 40 metric tons to LKO. Yeah, this is what I want to make fully reusable. Fully reusable, second stage as well. Would be really nice to do. So we're kind of using the smaller guy to do testing for the larger guy. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, so let's go back to Minerva, RS, no, just R, there we go, for reusable. Just when you think you're winning, it goes, yeah, 100%. All right, so that's not too bad. Now I'm curious, what can we do to kind of bring everything together, right? How do you plan to reuse the second stage? There's two things floating around in my mind right now. Either basically a Starship style of vehicle that just actually comes back down and lands, like with wings and everything. Another one would be Stoke, right? Stoke Aerospace and their second stage. There's a couple ways to do it. You spy an Atlas? Yes, definitely inspired by that. This is not gizmoed in far enough, is it? I need it to go in one more tick. There we go. There we go. That's better. It's actually technically still not quite enough, but I think it's just because of how everything lines up. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Now to bridge the gaps and make everything blend, chat. We have to blend. We must blend. To do that, I'm thinking just straight flags. Flags are stupid, you know, lightweight and everything for how big they are or how big they can get and stuff. What happens if I do something like that and then make it go bigger? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's what I wanted. Sounds like somebody's trying to take your trade secrets. You know it. Corporate espionage, all right? Corporate espionage. Let me go ahead and move this up. Trying to figure out how I want to do this exactly. So move that out to there and move this to here, perhaps. It all just depends. I don't want it to clip if I can help it, not too much anyways. Okay. Yeah, maybe. If that's too small, and these are unfortunately slightly too big. Wait, which one was this? The 1.25? Just out of curiosity, what happens if I do this? Huh. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate how curved it is though, but at the same time, maybe I don't? Do I even need to use that? What other kind of blending tricks have we used in the past? We've definitely used these in the past to do a lot of blending. I'm certainly not against that. But I would like this to be as lightweight as possible, and those are actually not too bad in terms of weight, mass. I hate how that looks at the bottom though. And then what does it look like when it's deployed? That's actually not too bad. Yeah, I think I want something lower profile. These are already really low profile. I just want something to kind of like round it off. I think flags actually might be the best move here. Yeah, I think flags are going to be the best move. Let's do that. Is there a way to remove the snapping from the gizmos? Yeah. If you toggle if you toggle C on the keyboard, right? Like if I place a part down. Where's the I-beam? Yeah, if I place this down, right? If I hit C, it goes from toggle snap, right? When you have the hexagon here, you're snapping to grid. But if you hit C again, where you just get the circle, you're not snapping to grid. So yeah, you can turn the snap off. It's toggleable either clicking this button at the bottom or hitting the C button on the keyboard, or the equivalent on whatever you're playing. All right, that seems good. So let's go ahead and check this. I actually really like that. I think that's pretty smooth. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty smooth. Okay, so let's figure out how we're gonna blend this, chat. Probably going to need 1.25. I think I was using 1.25, wasn't I? Oh, I was not using 1.25. And if I turn it, well, I don't want to turn it, that's for sure. That actually might not be bad right there. And then move these out to where they're here. That actually might not be bad. Stand by. So if I do this and I want to make it the dark panel, there we go. And then set flag, probably to be charcoal. Okay. I really hate that you're doing this to me right now. Can you stop? And you as well, please. Oh, that's not the one that was causing the issues. I swear, fairings sometimes, chat. Fairing off. There we go. Perfect. That's better. Let's make sure these are absolute snapped. Yeah, offset absolute. Then we bring them out one. Offset absolute. Then we bring them out one. Perfect. How about that? And let's do it again. Kind of need it to be where? That's actually not bad. And so then if I do something like this, bring those up to there. So I actually need that to be much more severe, don't I? Oh. Maybe I can bridge it with another piece. There's a few ways we can do this, right? Let's actually start from the bottom so I can see just how far up we got to take this. We'll go ahead and add another piece here. Okay. Not bad. I still don't know if I exactly like this because it shows the edge of the landing gear, but we'll see if we can't make it all blend. Or maybe. Then we gotta figure out a way to do that right there. So either we figure out a way to make some kind of aerodynamic nose cone or something fit that shape. Don't know yet. Would landing gear do it? Again, I don't really want to use too much of this because ideally things should be pretty lightweight. So if I can do this all with flags, it'd be pretty excellent. Yeah, they just clip in too much unless... now we're talking, chat. Got it. I can actually just have them, yeah, that's probably the smarter way to do this. That's probably the smarter way to do this. I want it to be in 4x symmetry, right? And then if we gizmo these out, it'd be like this. Now they're actually connected to this and they won't move. There we go. Remington paying the meme tax. Thank you for paying your taxes, my friend. Let's see, now we should be able to do something like this. Not bad. Move it down just a smidgen. All right. So now we've made that touch. Yeah, that actually, yep, I like that. That makes way more sense. Okay, cool. Yep, that's what we got to do. Okay, now let's do the same thing for this guy. Oh, you can do 2 times. Wait. Why? Oh, okay. Sure, whatever. We want 1, 2, we want 3. We want 3 of those, and then one's gonna go on here. And then we gotta figure out a way to bridge the gap here to make basically like a boat tail. More flags, of course. Should be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this down. So I want that set to absolute. We're gonna snap it in and bring it down. Like that. Do the same thing with this one. Very good. And do the last thing for here. Brilliant. And now the last thing for this guy, but in 2 times symmetry. Yep, very good. And then we just gotta bring it out until they line up. Now I think it's only looking like that slightly off because, yeah, right? Oh, maybe not. Actually, why is it? It's almost like it needs to be down here. But those are all the same. I guess that's the way these flags are meshed. 'Cause that is definitely not lined up. Or is it? Oh yeah, those are lined up, but these are not. Ah, it's because, I see. Haha, there we go. Edit gizmo in the wrong direction. That'll explain it. You gotta balance how much of the flag you want to see. Yeah, so if I did something like this, move that in. Yeah, I could always angle it more. Maybe I will do that, actually. So I can get that right. So there we go, and then bring this down. That's a little bit too much. Cut the difference in half. Almost. There we go. That looks pretty close. Hey, what's up, Dean? How are you? All right, and then if we just hit play. Yep. Not bad. Okay. I like that. Now, last thing we'll have to do is figure out how to get this done. How do we want to blend all this together? That is the question. Let's see, can I go 1 flag size up? What happens if I take one of these? Can we do it in, again, 4 times symmetry? No, we want it just in mirror symmetry here. Start. And then if I go 1 flag panel size up, just out of curiosity, what is that going to look like? Okay. That's roughly looking like the middle. I'll clean this up a little bit more. If we did something like that, what does it look like when it deploys? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Penta? How are you doing? Shame if something were to happen to it. Yeah, it would be. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see if I can't make these slightly more even. We even do something like that, maybe? I don't really know if I like the way that looks. So we'll go ahead and do something like that. Trying to get that right. Pretty close. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if we can match it to the bottom of that, I think would be better. Okay, sounds good. ULA sniper, indeed. Always got to be on the lookout for the ULA sniper. Okay, I need it to gizmo slightly more. Like that. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I think that certainly can work. All right, again, mirror. There we go. Thank you. Don't forget we gotta do this to the other side too. Cool. And then can I make this different orientation? Yeah, I can. We can do something like that. Cool. There, something like that. Could be better, could be worse. Could be better, could be worse. All right, so now again, 2x symmetry. Gizmo it out to somewhere like there, move it down, try to gizmo it in. Yo, you're calling for rocket propulsion. Page 252. All right, I got you. Stand by. as we try and get this lined up to some degree here. And then I think I actually want the different orientation, but we're gonna have to gizmo it, right? Pretty severely too, unfortunately. Just gonna make that look kind of weird, I think. That might be fine. Or, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, what happens if I do the other orientation real quick? Make that smaller. Oh, that looks kind of bad. Trying to make that work. Like, this part looks right, but then that part definitely doesn't. It's because of how these are angled, I think. Yeah, it's because of how those are angled. Like, you see how that one is a fairly smooth angle, and then you hit that crease right there? It's not great. Don't like it. Yeah, I need to fix that. So how can we fix that? Maybe just by moving it over some? I think they're just slightly off angle here. Yeah, I think they're turned a little bit too much to one side. Take that off for a second. Okay, that's not actually that bad on that side. And then that looks pretty sick. It's just that crease right there for whatever reason. Yeah, why? It's just got such a curve to it, unfortunately. Where did the puppetry redeem go? It's gone for the moment. Yeah, I really wish that there was a way that we could do that all the way around. Might have to play around with it offline or something. But until then, like I said, I just wanted to get something kind of working tonight. We can always optimize it later. Or what happens if I just take a bunch of these? Yeah, that needs to be turned in a little bit. Maybe. Might have to put a band around the entire top here. Either that or we just find another way to blend. And we just gotta figure out a way to blend that one side right here. This right here and that right there. And then we would be golden. And then we gotta do the other side, of course. Like, that actually looks fine. But then it's like, man, I really wish we could have done this on the other side at the same time. Yep, how do we make that work? Because we could just do, I mean, I guess we could do a fairing and add a boat tail to the fairing and have these be a part of that. But I don't know if how that would actually work. That's my only hesitation. And there's always like, we could maybe go up to the next size up, but I feel like that would be wrong. You know what? Yeah, let's not do that. I guess before we do anything, we should really test out and make sure that this works. Wait, why is this on in 2x symmetry? It should not be on in 2x symmetry at all. Okay. Like, is there just a simple nose cone or something that we can put there that makes it look okay? Either that or we can maybe do our own. Well, we don't have a small enough fairing to do our own. But let's look at the aerodynamics real quick. Because if so, then that might just be all that we have to do. Or, yeah, maybe. We might be able to do something along the outside here with like the ramp intakes or something. All right, let's see. Aerodynamics. I think this nose cone is going to be too big. Yeah, nose cone is going to be too big. What about something like this? Just something to kind of get the point across. Yeah, I wish it was slightly flatter. The other one might actually have to be what we use. It looks like it might actually kind of fit that profile. And then what about like one of these? I feel like this is gonna be way too big. Yeah, way too big. Okay, got it, 100%. So is this one gonna be too big as well? Maybe not if I gizmo it in a lot. How much are each one of these? 0.03, it's not too bad. Man, really just trying to, maybe one of these? Ah, there we go. This actually might work. Yeah. All right, there we go. That's at least something I think I like better. For the moment anyways. Something simple. Even if it's not going to be the final thing. There we go. Yeah, like I said, for now, I think that's fine. And now that we have that at least blended a little bit easier, maybe we can now more easily blend the middle part here. Maybe. I take the flags here, 1.25? I think the 1.25 is unfortunately going to be a little bit too small. We'll see. Yeah, it's not going to quite get that, is it? Nope, not going to get that. Okay. But not the 1.25, the 1.875. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to figure out a way to blend that. Maybe just like a 1.8 meter part or something. Okay. Yeah, I can go with that. I think that's fine. Yeah, not bad. And then I just need a way to blend all of that together. Because then this should still deploy. It'll look like that. And yeah, that actually makes life easier, I think. I could even gizmo these out a little bit if I wanted to. If I blend all of that together. No matter what, it's really gonna not quite fit the whole thing. Okay, something like that on that one. Put on absolute. Okay. And then what do we have for parts for 1.8? We only have adapters for 1.8, don't we? Yeah, how to blend that? That is the question, chat. That actually might be big enough. I wish it was radially attachable. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? We're getting there. We are certainly getting there. Yeah, I certainly wish I could make that better. I probably could. I'll just play around with it. For now, I think that's a-okay. Because we should still be able to do this. Yeah, okay. I think that's good enough. It's not super pretty, but it'll work, I guess. Since your last stream, I downloaded KRPC and managed to get a simple auto land script written, hoping to do my own automated return to launch site missions. That's awesome, King. Heck yes. Best of luck with that. That's actually really cool. Do it. Do it. Okay, something like that for now. Yeah, okay. And then I should be able to drop this down to be roughly in line with those. Drop this down to be roughly in line with that. And then drop this down, be like that. Okay. That should be our landing gear. Like I said, doesn't look super pretty at the moment, but hopefully I can play around with that over time and make it better. Should be able to for sure. Okay. Now let me save that real quick, and then what happens if I take these off? Yeah, I'm not super happy about that. So let me load it back. And then what I think I'll do instead actually is just move them up a little bit, or make them maybe thinner, smaller, if possible. I don't know. Maybe move them up. I could make them smaller actually, and then add another band. Yeah, let's actually try that. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, I think I like that actually better. We have to gizmo into the right spot though, of course. And then if I can just offset it to be just above clipping into those, I think that would be really clean. Make it look a lot cleaner. There we go. Yeah, something like that. Cool. Go ahead and save it. All right, chat. I gotta get the rocket propulsion textbook for a redeem from Supersonic Retro Propulsion to page 252. Okay, stand by. All right, there is a redeem to read a section of a page from this textbook here. I know there's a glare, but design of liquid propellant rocket engines, the modern text by Husel and Hong. So let's see, page 252 is what she redeemed. Yeah, 252. All right, let's see. Chamber divergent wall gaps, acoustic cavities, turbo pump propellant feed systems, design, typical burst diaphragms, dome loaded pressure regulators. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. No, 9. 8. Okay. Pick a number 1 through 8, Supersonic. Pick a number 1 through 8. Oh, interesting. This is a deep technical page, by the way. Talking about regulators and servo valves. 7. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Janelle? How are you? Okay, so so this is part of subsection elements of gas pressure regulators. And it says the regulator controller, essentially a sensing and computing unit, measures the difference between actual and desired pressure. Its output, called the error signal, can be directly applied as a mechanical force, or it can control pressure without, it can control a pressure output to a servo valve. Figure 739, which I'll show in a second, shows the schematic of a typical gas pressure regulator controller. The regulated pressure being sensed externally by a bellows, which is internally evacuated or vented to the atmosphere. The vacuum establishes an absolute pressure reference, while the vented bellows uses ambient pressure for reference or gauge pressure. As a regulated pressure, the sensing pressure changes, the bellows deflect against a calibrated internal spring load, simultaneously positioning a directly connected servo valve, which in turn regulates a controlled pressure output. So really all of that was a lot of fancy jargon to explain how a regulator actually works, right? Like the regulator that is inside of any sort of pressurized system. Whenever it has a difference in pressure, it is then able to set, according to a calibrated spring unit, how much it's actually supposed to open and close the valve to get the actual pressure, desired output pressure that you get. But anyway, so that was supposed to be figure 739. Let me see if I can line that up. So let's see. Figure 739. There you go, chat. We have your sensing pressure chamber right there. Let's see, we have our inputs and outputs, the regulated pressure input. We have a regulated pressure output. Here's the calibrated spring. Yeah, not bad. And here's the bellows. So like I said, this is a fancy, this paragraph here, down here, right there, was a big fancy way of saying that the pressure valve basically operates off of an error signal, which is calibrated with a spring changing based on the input and output pressure. There you go. What's up, Fabricator? How are you doing? Reminds me of automotive fuel pressure regulator. Yeah, well, not all regulators work the same, like exactly the same with like spring-loaded stuff and whatnot. But yeah, they all do the same thing, right? So a regulator would be used to turn or shut off turbo pumps in liquid pressure systems. Yeah, they certainly can. They certainly can be, or they can be used in like non-turbo pump systems, like for pressure fed systems, if you want to regulate your pressure so you don't just have a blowdown system. Because if you know what a blowdown system is, right, you basically have a tank filled with, say, 500 psi, and that's pushing your liquid, is pressurizing your tank that has your liquid propellant in it. And as you open the valve to allow the pressure to push all the propellant out, your pressure over time, right, decreases inside of that pressurant tank. And so that's called a blowdown, because over time your pressure actually starts reducing, right? It starts at 500 psi, but as soon as you start using propellant and it has to keep the tanks pressurized, you're actually losing that pressure, and there's no regulator in between it. But you can use a regulator to say, hey, I want to pressurize my tanks to, say, 100 psi, so that way your tanks always stay at 100 psi and never experience, you know, probably pressure lower than that. So it's a way to, quite literally, it's a regulator, right? It regulates how much pressurant you're using. All right. Well, Chad, I think that's good enough for government work. I don't really like how that looks all together integrated. I might have to look at a different way to make the landing gear, but for now I think that's fine, because really what I want to do is start testing this, right? And that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and move Gizmo everything back here. Yeah, something like that, perhaps. Even be something like that. And then if I go down here, I move this, and now I can move this back. There we go. Because I needed a little bit more room there. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and save that. Change the screen back. You got it. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I just didn't want y'all to see how horrible that looked. Anyways. Cool. Do I have a... Oh, we do actually have a system in there. A test dummy. Okay, so let's see. I wonder how much mass we actually ended up adding to that. Like I said, it couldn't be more than 2 tons. I'd like to think so anyways. No more than 2 tons, but well, I guess we'll have to compare that. So let's go ahead and switch editor. Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't do that. We still need our grid fins or whatever style of actuator we're going to be using, right? Probably going Nuglin style. Yeah, we're going to do a little Nuglin. Yeah, I think we're going to do a little Nuglin. If I can do that, where is that going to probably need to be? Probably right here, actually. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. All right. So how to make that look, chat? How to make that look? Nuglins, exactly. I want something. Ooh, that's too big. Way too big, chat. Ooh, how would this look, actually? So I want it in 4x symmetry, yeah? Yeah. And then gizmo it backwards here. Yeah. Maybe, maybe. Perfect. So now I have something that makes it look like it's an actuator. What is this? A nav cam. Interesting. Is that the biggest light we have? That is not the biggest light we have. This is the biggest light we have. Would this be better? I think we'll stick with that, even if you don't get to see it very much. All right, so now we need to go to Aerodynamics. We'll get these. Oh wow, those are actually much bigger than I was thinking it would be. Huh. All right, well. Like I said, I really wish that there was actually a slightly smaller version. Definitely not that. Definitely not none of those. Yeah, the scale that we're working, like these would be actually maybe pretty good actually for the other scale too. All right, well, beggars can't be choosers, chat. These are way too big and not even the right shape. Okay, well. Yeah, it looks fine. Looks the part. Hey, what's up, Mad Chad? That's right. You know that Mad Chad simulant. Yeah, that one. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. So that should be fine, right? This should be inactive. All right, we're gonna put in a small amount of fuel, like 5 tons. And there we go. Okay. Make sure that's all strutted in. Heaviest strut. There we go. I mean, that's not bad. Save it. Ooh, you know what I need to do, chat? How much fuel do I need to save? For the boost back burn and whatnot. Is that the last tank? I think it is. Yep, that's the last tank. Okay. So I need to save 2,800. Do I need to save 2,800? That is a question. All right, let's see something here, chat. All right, so let's go ahead and take Minerva, control copy, control paste, rename, reusable, Minerva 1 reusable. Okay. So all of this payload is going to be 0. No, I'm sorry, 5,000. No, it's 5 tons, but what's the actual unit of liquid fuel and oxidizer? I just need liquid fuel. 405. 405. There we go. And then V staging. So Miko condition multiplier. Okay. So that's what we need to figure out. How much fuel do I want to have remaining? You know what? Let's go ahead and start with So we know we got to figure out at 100% throttle how much these are going to burn. So that should be pretty easy to get. So this is going to be liquid fuel. Liquid fuel is going to be 18.642 per second. So for 5 seconds. Gosh dang it. How much is it? Let's get the handy dandy calculator out so I can leave this up. Okay, so that's going to be 18.642 times 5. It's going to be 93. But that, oh, it's going to be that times 3 though, right? It's going to be 18.625. 642, sorry. Times 3 engines. It's going to be 56 units of fuel per second. Times that by 5 is the 279. Okay, cool. So that's what this number is right here. So let me do that here. It's gonna be 55.926, and then times 5 for Miko, and then we can add how much fuel we want to have left over after that, right? So 1,000, maybe we just do something like that to start with. Okay. Let me actually also start with in here. These are all going to be locked. That's going to start off locked. This is also going to start off locked. And that's going to start off locked. Now for action groups. I don't have any action group set up, really? Yeah, all right, well. Oh, you know what we're forgetting, chat? Haha! That could have been almost really bad. That could have been bad. Let's see, standby. Go ahead and load in from here, from the VAB. Power that, merge. Because we're gonna need some of these. Control systems, RCS blocks. There we go. Oh, I should probably move those. Yep, I should probably move those, chat. All right, well, that's good to know. The separator motors are right in the way there. How fun. And then that camera is going to have to move, I guess, up or down. There we go. Oh wait, is it only 2 times symmetry I need? It's only 2 times symmetry I need, actually. There we go. But this 4 times symmetry for sure. Oh, nice, Mad Chad. Do it. Do it for sure, man. There we go. Let's do that. Gizmo that out. Move it down 1 like that. There we go, chat. Can even gizmo these out a little bit more. 1 more. It might be too much. It is. All right. Oh, that's better. Yeah, there we go. Much better, chat. You know, let's just take that off even. There we go. Perfect. Large cargo vehicles, pretty excited. Awesome, do it, man. That's really cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're getting into it, man. All right. That seems good. Let's go ahead and switch editor. Oh, I gotta, yeah. Need to probably figure out. So that should be fine there. Probably I'm going to want to figure out how on earth everything is going to be action grouped. Because if we hit 1 to toggle the engines, do we need to ever toggle the engines? I don't know if we actually ever have to toggle the engines. We definitely want perhaps 9 to unlock everything. So have this, could even be toggle lock. Maybe 8 is to unlock actually. I don't want to toggle lock, do I? Disengage servo lock, okay. So disengage servo lock. Disengage servo lock. Oh my god, it's really gonna fight me, the camera. All right, there we go. All right. So then that one is going to need to be engage servo lock. No, disengage servo lock. That needs to be disengage servo lock. And then 9 is going to be engage servo lock. Engage servo lock. Then we got to do the same thing for up here. Engage servo lock. And engage servo lock. There we go. And then last but not least, 10. Okay. That should be play. There we go. We'll see. Hey, what's up, Rio? How are you doing? Yeah, thanks, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the streams. But we're back at it. All right, let's go ahead and save it. Let's go ahead and put it out on the pad here and see what trouble we can get into. These are all inactive, right? Yep, they are. Okay. Save, launch it. This thing should work off the exact same code for the ascent profile, and then we'll have to figure out what sort of code we're going to need for the descent profile. Ideally this. Ideally we can just run this. Yeah, ideally we can just run this. Oh my gosh, chat. Holy cow. Stand by. Stand by. Revert to vehicle assembly building. I don't have a probe core on the first stage. We're not gonna get very far without it. Yeah, don't have a probe core. That could be important, perhaps. Yeah, no probe core. Okay, good to know. Let's get a radial attachment point here. Never mind, we're gonna get an octagonal strut because it's way lighter. There we go. Let's go ahead and get a battery. How did you attach to that? Interesting. That's only 200. Yeah, let's do 1,000 just to be sure. No, you know what? 200 should be fine. It doesn't need to have a lot of electric charge, right? Okay, part, configure vessel naming. It's going to be 10. And it's going to be a, I guess, a lander. And this is going to be Minerva S1. Yeah, Minerva S1 lander. Accept. Okay. Let's go ahead and save that. So that way we can come into here and do that here. Minerva S1. So that way it finds that vessel. Make sure that we're the root part. Okay. Now let's try it, chat. It's always the little things. You're not wrong. Hey, what's up, Houston? How are you doing? Yep. I am alive. All right, we'll see, chat. We'll see how it works. Look at this camera shot that we have though, chat. Oh my gosh. So happy for that. All right, well, let's see. I gotta say those look a little weird, but anyways. Let's see, how are these going to work in pitch, yaw, and roll? Really? Authority limiter -20. There you go. Hopefully that should be doing what I think it's doing. Okay. Cool. Well, nothing to it. Let's go ahead and start it up. How steep of an ascent do I need? 950? Yeah, we can go ahead and try 950. Make it a little bit more steep. Okay. Oh, here we go, chat. First test. We'll see how it goes. Stand by. It's connecting. It's thinking, chat. There it goes. Oops. No, I don't actually want that to go. Inclination 0. Let's make this easy on ourselves. There we go. Recycle. All right, here we go, chat. Cool. Nice. It's already pitching down range. Those are looking stable because I've locked them in. That's good. All right, we're flying. How about that, chat? We're flying. Okay. Not bad, not bad. You know what I could actually maybe do to make this a little bit cleaner looking? Oh, there's not a lot of room though, never mind. I was gonna say, instead of like having this go around, we actually cut it on the inside. But there's not a lot of room to make that work right there. It was a thought though. So where are we on our ascent profile? We are full throttle now, going through max Q. T plus 1 minute into flight here. We're looking good. We are looking good. I'm really hoping that the flags and bearings down here are going to help with the body lift. Otherwise, we actually might need to outfit this thing with wings, like Nuglin wings. All right, coming up. All right. I don't know why I did that. I really don't know why I did that, but okay. I don't know why it didn't switch, but hey, we're fine. Go ahead and do a quick loop-de-loop, yeah? Then burn back to the pad. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this with this little bit of Delta V that we have, but we'll see. Oh god, no, we don't have enough Delta V at all. It didn't, yeah, it didn't listen to my thing. It didn't listen to my cutoff. Payload, because it should have been 55, that plus 1,000 Miko multiplier. So that gets put into Miko multiplier. It goes into Minerva. Minerva gets called there. And then it goes into here. If vessel resources.amount.fuel prop Miko condition plus upper stage plus payload. So yeah, prop Miko condition should be. So that's calling pitch. Where do I have pitch? There it is, pitch maneuver, Miko condition multiplier. So Miko condition multiplier should be the amount of fuel that we want to save. That should be essentially 280 plus 1,000. So it should have stopped when it had like 2,800 meters per second, or 2,800 units of fuel in here. I'm sorry, 1,280 units of fuel in here, but it did not. Okay, stand by. Revert to launch. Oh, you know what? And also this one should not be that. That's why. Okay, because what I actually want is for test to be that. That's right. This should be Minerva S1. Okay, there we go. That explains that problem. Yeah, I wonder if that also was the reason for it not cutting off in time. I guess we'll have to see. It's prop Miko condition multiplier. Yeah, that should. I feel like that should definitely work. Anyways, let's try it again. I do say in here we do have 405 liquid fuel in the payload bay, right? 405 liquid fuel in the payload bay. Yeah, so it should have cut off, but we'll see. I kind of want that upper tank to go first, which I'm actually just kind of surprised that I don't already have the fuel priority set, but we'll see. Makes it a little bit easier to understand where we are with our fuel load, because we essentially want this last tank to burn and cut off about halfway through. But we shall see. Back up to full throttle. We're almost out of that one tank here. Should start burning through this tank next. It should already be doing it, but it's not. Stabilizing pitch for Miko. Yeah, with only 700 meters per second of delta V, I don't think we're gonna make it. Nope, definitely not. All right, well, we'll at least be able to see if our code works. So why isn't that working? There's a miscalculation somewhere that I'm not taking into account here. Upper stage liquid fuel should be fine. I don't think we've ever touched the upper stage in terms of its design, so that should be the right amount that the upper stage has. But then for some reason, and then yeah, payload liquid fuel should be correct as well. Let's see, stabilizing pitch for Miko occurs when that's true. When the amount of liquid fuel in the vessel is less than or equal to that plus that plus that. Yeah, so that should be 1200 plus 400. Yeah, that should be totally right. For whatever reason, something's not working, but that's fine. I want to see how controllable this is going to end up being. Yeah, and we have plenty of electrical charge here. Is it going to lawn dart, chat? That is the question. Oh, also these should be going to -20. Here we go. Uh-oh. It's as I feared, chat. Oh, wait, are those locked in? Are those not locked in? Oh, I need to auto strut them while they are locked in. Aha. And it is as I feared, chat. It's gonna lawn dart. We should put wings on this thing. Oh no. It's creating too much lift up front, or in the back rather. Oh no, chat. This could be bad. Yep, this could be bad. Can I fly it? Can we fly it like an airplane? Maybe. All right, screw landing this thing under propulsion. We should just put some wings on it. It's a flyback booster now, chat. That's all. Yep, it's a flyback booster now. It does fly pretty well. Ah, yes. Too much lift in the back. With all the fairings that we have in the back, that's what I was worried about. This thing has great cross range, though, if I do say so. This is stupid. We're falling at 65 meters per second. made the water, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Nope. Yeah, just, you know, just drifting back down. Just add some more expandable wings to the front top and you can just fly it, swoop, yeah, and swoop up before landing, indeed. Terrain. Bummer, chat. I was worried about the design of this thing. It's got so many fairings at the bottom. That is a bummer. They like fairing bases at the top? Yeah, no kidding, right? So flyback? Yeah, so flyback, right, chat? That's clearly what everything is aiming for right now. That's so stupid. Oh no. What are we gonna do? Okay. Yeah, looks like we might actually have to do more of a redesign than I was originally hoping for. How was my other booster, the larger one, designed? Because how can I make this? Because we have these nacelles, and maybe that's fine because they're smaller. But yeah, for the bottom, definitely going to need to create that from the top. So have one at the top here, just to do the inner stage, and then have one here going back, and then we can have one at the bottom. Or just use the one that's from here all the way down as well. Yeah. You know, if we did it that way, chat, that would certainly help us blend this in. Because instead of having to use nose cones and flags, we could actually just have our top mounted fairing fan out at the bottom here. That would be... That'd be good. That would be good. Okay, stand by, chat. Let's see. Yeah, so how is my other one designed right now? Oh, cancel. Save that, load up another one. Hey, what's up, Space? How are you doing? Well, we just tested this in a Falcon 9 style of propulsive landing, and it creates too much lift at the bottom for us to be able to actually fly it in backwards. So now it wants to fly like an airplane. So flyback booster, question mark, is yeah, what we're getting at right now. Wait, what? Okay. So what is my other one actually designed to do? Like, how is it designed? I know I have fairings in the back as well. Because it's supposed to be, that's right, it is like this. So this is going to have the same exact problem, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to have the same problem. Because you see how I have all the fairings at the bottom here? I have 2 fairings per engine nacelle. And then I have 2 fairings at the back as well, just like the other one. This is also going to have that same problem. Okay. You could clip tanks slightly based on mathematical approximation of how much fuel the stage would have. I do something like that for your custom dammers. Yeah, gotcha. Minerva 2 time? Probably, actually, yeah. Are you catching the booster? Not yet. There's progression, right? I'm kind of following the SpaceX progression. We started off with like a grasshopper style of vehicle, right? And then we transitioned into what we were doing now with just testing very, very high altitude landings. And then we're moving into now, which is orbital class rocket vehicle boost backburn and landings. And then, depending on how that goes, because we need a lot of accuracy and repeatability to do catch towers. Depending on how the barge landings and RTLS style landings go, we'll work on tower catches. But that's going to be in the roadmap much further downstream, if that makes sense. need to refamiliarize myself with the DCX vehicle that we have in terms of the code that we use for pad targeting. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Minerva 2 time might actually be the call, because we can actually make it taller, right? So we can actually expand its fuel capabilities without giving it too much extra mass in order to make up for the fact that we're losing mass due to the landing gear and stuff like that. Minerva 2 might be the call. Yeah. Yes. Yes. If I recall correctly, this is what we were using before, and it should land on the pad after tracking the pad. I know that was fast. I'm a little impatient at the moment. Whee! Drop that down to like there. Take you undock. Take you do that, and then drive away. Run away! Okay. There we go. Now we can fuel this up with fuel. And oxidizer. There we go. And so we had what running? Flight envelope expansion, I think, right? I think that's right. What does this do? This should track the pad under propulsion and basically do a DCX flight, if I'm not mistaken. So it should go up to like, what, 5,000 meters? Yeah, 5,000 meters, okay. Minerva 2. Yeah, I'm going to do some digging to see how that's going to play. For sure. All right, it's coasting up to 5,000. I wonder if this is going to be coming in too heavy. Maybe not. We might be okay. There it goes. And it should kick over to track the pad. Yep, there it goes. So it's trying to track that pad right there, while also not getting too high of a vertical velocity, or I should say horizontal velocity. There we go. Not bad. Starting to slow down, track the pad. It's locked into the pad now. And now we're falling. Continuing to track the pad. Nice. Engines on for landing. Whoa! Squirrely, very squirrely, but okay. Found a PC my parents get me, and I'm pretty sure they have a monitor and a keyboard, so I can get KSP soon. That's awesome. Enjoy that. That's really cool. Yeah, okay. It's not bad, actually. And I think it would be better. Yeah. It's so tough to try and figure this out. The one thing that I think is making this actually worse than it could be is, where do I have that calculation happening? Distance to pad. Maybe it's actually, wait, where is it? I'm basically telling it not to track the pad during a certain phase of flight, and it's actually using it's trying to use the aerodynamics. But yeah, with the engines on, I don't know if it can necessarily do that. As soon as the engines go off, I think it kind of should just burn towards the pad. Where do I do that? That's roll control. No. I think it's here. No. Here. If burn flag is false, and if vertical speed is greater than 100. That's it. It's this one right here. Then we're using aerodynamics. Let's bump that up a little bit here, because I don't know. I want to test this though. See if I can't figure out. There's probably a way to calculate it, right? There is a way to calculate it, actually. We got to figure this out. So it would be based on the total lift generated by the vehicle. No, it can't be like that, actually. It'd have to be the total possible lift generated by the vehicle. Because if we use the instantaneous lift of the vehicle, well then that instantaneous lift can be anything, right? So it would basically just oscillate as we went through different angles of attack. So it can't be that. There is a way to calculate it though. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Space. Yeah, I want to use the same exact code. That's why we developed this, right? So we're testing this to be able to be used on the bigger rocket. Indeed. Uh-oh, 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 we're fine. This is fine. This is fine. Don't worry, chat. There we go. Okay. F5 so we can come back to this. So I bumped that up to 150 to see. I guess we'll have to actually look at it and see as well. There's got to be a way to calculate it though, because we know the thrust and we know that the angle, the offset angle that we're going to be entering, right? So let's paint it out here, just so I can kind of explain what I'm talking about, right? So if we have our vehicle, right, coming in like this, and if the pad is say down here, we have engines, right, on our vehicle, and these engines produce thrust. But actually they produce thrust at a certain angle, right? At a certain angle theta. So we got to figure out But also at the same time, right, the vehicle itself is producing lift, right? And it's producing a component of lift in this direction as well, which again is going to be some angle. We'll call this angle B. So we got to figure out is, you know, t cosine theta greater than or equal to, if this is going to be L sine phi. Those actually might be switched, but sine versus cosine. But anyways, that's what I'm getting at here is like, is there a way to calculate this in a meaningful way in our code so that way we know if we should actually be pointing towards the pad using aerodynamics or pointing towards the pad using our engines, right? Because if lift is greater than thrust, then that essentially means we want to, even if the engines are on, we actually want to be basically aiming away from the pad to use the aerodynamics to help us move towards the pad. But if the opposite is true and lift is less than thrust, then that means we actually want to aim towards the pad and use our engines to push ourselves over that way. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at here. Like, is there a way to actually calculate it out? But see, the worry about using the instantaneous lift, which we can get from the API, is that because lift, right, is based on our angle of attack and whatnot of our rocket, as we're moving around tracking the pad, that could become oscillatory, where as we're basically moving through different pitch angles, at times lift will be less than thrust, and so we will then want to move towards the pad. But as we're moving towards the pad, like trying to aim towards the pad with the engines, we're going through a different pitch, and it might end up being that we create more lift, and so then it's going to go back. It's, yeah. So I don't want to use instantaneous lift. If there's a way that we can get total possible lift, or maybe we can base it off of max Q. What do we get from the API in terms of that? I know we get max Q, but do we get everything else? Like, do we get the coefficient of lift? I think we do, right? Is there a way to base it off of our proportion of our coefficient of lift? Because basically what I want, chat, is what is our maximum possible lift at any given time? But it wouldn't be just our lift, it would also be sine or cosine, the actual component of lift helping us move horizontally. Within the pitch angle you allow, well, that's possible actually, Mad Chad. That's actually not a bad idea. Calculating it on our future angle. Yeah, let me see. We have our doc somewhere, right? Where are our documents? Not there, not there. Here we go. Okay. Oops. I want vessel. It might actually be flight, but let's see. What do we get here? Flight, orbit control, autopilot, crew, parts. Yeah, it's probably flight. G-force, elevation, latitude, longitude, velocity, horizontal speed, rotation, direction, pitch. We do get dynamic pressure. We do get the aerodynamic force. The total aerodynamic force is acting on the vehicle in the reference frame. It's giving it in the X, Y, and Z. We could actually find the magnitude of that, or we can just try to rotate that into our given reference frame of our vehicle. Yeah, actually, we could do that. Again, that would just give us our instantaneous lift in that direction, though. simulates. But then that would be another tuple as well. The lift currently acting on the vessel also as a tuple. Again, I'm struggling with trying to figure out if we actually want the instantaneous lift. I don't think so, because I think that would cause it to be oscillatory. But I don't think you can do it mathematically, because the vessel will be changing its dynamics as you use control surfaces. I was wanting to program something based on the Apollo program reentry and found out they just used an actuary table based on G-forces. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at as well, is I don't think we can use the instantaneous lift at all. I was just wondering if we could do it off of some other metric that we have, like make it proportional to like the total possible lift that we can implement or that we can get. At like some sort of maximum angle of attack. We do get the lift coefficient. Oh, that's for Ferrum. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be instantaneous lift that we can use. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to figure out. Let's test it again, though, but with 150 set for it. I'm curious to see if that'll behave any better here. Hey, what's up, Hellfish? How are you doing? Use instantaneous, but debounce. I'm just still worried that's going to cause it to oscillate. I don't know. Debounce is just you put like a wait on calling a function, is that right? So we would call it every 5 seconds or something like that. Is that what you mean by that, Houston? How goes the avionics testing? Pretty good. Pretty good. We were doing a lot of work originally to see about kind of quickly iterating on the design of our Minerva vehicle, making it sort of more of like a Nuglin style of rocket for reusability testing. But we found out pretty quickly that it flies like garbage because we have a lot of fairings at the very bottom of the rocket that create way too much lift. So instead of flying like this, it flies like this, going in through re-entry, which is not ideal. So probably on Friday next stream, we'll actually start looking at developing a next generation launch vehicle for it. What type of vessel? This one? Yeah. Well, so I'm using this vessel to essentially test the avionics package that I want to then hopefully use as a one-to-one, almost a one-to-one, for a orbital class rocket, right? So this is kind of like our Grasshopper that SpaceX had a long time ago. Shift to a new mode to prevent going back. Yeah, we could start implementing state management. So right now, right, we are so that's not good. Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely not good, right? See how it's still pointing away from the pad because we called 150 meters per second. So yeah, we're way off now. That was way too high. It's trying, chat. Oh, it's trying. Ah. No, Eukerman. Ideally not. Ideally not. All right, so yeah, that was a little bit much. So maybe this does have to be smaller, actually. Well, maybe it should be as soon as the engines are on? No, the engines are on, right? Well, it could still be once the engines are on. All right, hold up. So if burn start is false and we are falling greater than 70 meters per second, we should be using aerodynamics. But as soon as burn start flag is true, that's when our distance to pad is less than 300. That actually might also be something that I want to change. Oh no, that's if vessel.thrust is greater than 0. Yeah, because we're basically having a burn controller happening here, constantly updating how much throttle we should give. Yeah, slam controller.update. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Slam controller.update, that turns the flag to true. And when that turns flag to true, we then change our direction to point towards the pad. Is that what we actually want though? So if burn start flag is false, so we haven't started burning. I wonder if this should actually be and not or. No, that should be fine actually. Let's test this. I want to see what happens. So we changed it to be a smaller velocity. Import sick drifts. That's right, Carhill. So if burn start flag is false, we haven't started burning. And so as soon as we do start burning, it actually aims towards the pad. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's two modes that we actually want to implement here. So if we're not burning, aim towards the pad using aerodynamics, right? Versus if the burn start flag is true, but our vessel vertical velocity is above a certain amount, then we still aim towards the pad using aerodynamics. Because right now we're only aiming towards the pad using aerodynamics only until we start our burn, which actually might not be ideal here. Is this program just for capsule type vehicles, not space planes? Yeah. Like this is meant for propulsive style of landings like Falcon 9. For space planes, we would have to set up waypoints. We could use some of the same like targeting code that's helping us aim towards that target, but we would have to set waypoints and actually like follow a waypoint style of trajectory, which is basically what planes do, right? Like planes autopilot, when they land under autopilot, they essentially just have waypoints that the autopilot is designated to hit at certain altitudes and velocities until they get to a lineup point with the runway where the autopilot can just land it. All right, see now we're still falling. There we go. We're still moving away from the pad. Yeah, see, it's too far, it's too long. So yeah, 100 meters per second seemed to be pretty much on point, actually, if I do say so. We're close. TLS is funky, yeah. So if I put that back up to 100, I mean, it was doing okay. I just feel like it was still pointing away too much. It was still using the aerodynamics too much. Yeah. So let's go to like 110 and see what that does. So 10 more than what we originally started off with. Because even if our burn flag, even if our burn has started, right? So long as we're above 110, we're still aiming towards the pad using aerodynamics. And so I think that's fine. Yeah, I think we're trying to point towards the pad using aerodynamics too long. So maybe 110 is better. We'll see. Yeah, exactly, fabricator. Yeah, that's kind of the point, because we're creating so much lift as we're falling, right? That even the engines with their sine or cosine loss, you know, the direction of thrust moving us horizontally is not able to counteract the direction of lift moving us horizontally. Hey, looking good. I love this part though, chat. Like, we're just translating through the air. Like, what does this look like, you know, from the ground? You just see it translating in the air. Moving towards the pad. All right, we are now falling towards the pad, looking good. And there we go, aerodynamics are kicking in, moving us back towards the pad. See, aerodynamics are flying us in, which is excellent. Now the burn has started. Maybe around 120. Oh, that's actually okay. We're overshooting, chat. Overshooting. Ah, we're gonna miss it. Yeah, we overshot. That's interesting. There was a really big lag there. I'm wondering if that is related to ARPC, or did we not exit a gate fast enough? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, if we really want to start doing like barge landings and stuff like that, we're not gonna be able. I don't think we're gonna be able to use PIDs and stuff. Or at the very least, chat, we're not gonna be able to use the autopilot. I think the autopilot might be slow. Maybe we have to implement our own like stability augmentation system or flight controller. Either that, or we get really tricky and probably implement that with a really, really good predictor, like an estimator. Because then the estimator could essentially, yeah, we're gonna need way, way better. All right, let's see. Let's try that one more time. I just want to see repeatability. What happens repeatability wise? Hey, RJ, how are you doing? You missed me? I missed y'all. Yeah, work has been killing me. As long as you don't land on the side of the pad and fall over, true. Yeah, I'm thinking we might want to actually implement a state predictor, or at the very least a trajectory predictor is probably a better terminology for it. We're not actually going to be estimating the states. We're going to be, well, I guess we are. We're going to be predicting the future states Because the idea, right, is in order to prevent us from overshooting, we actually need to figure out, like, you know, if we're up here and the pad's here and we're coming in sideways, we want to predict where this point is, where we're coming right over the top of it. So that way we can just, you know, slide right down. Right now what's happening is we're either having some sort of lag, or the PIDs aren't fast enough, or the PIDs just aren't accurate enough to where they can account for an overshoot, because, you know, PIDs aren't necessarily forward looking. They're just taking the error signal, and depending on how quickly that error signal changes, they could be seeing, oh, I need to go this way, and then once they get right here, they're like, oh crap, I need to now go the other way, and then, you know, they overshoot and try to come back. There's ways you can try and mitigate overshoot in PIDs, of course, right? But I'm wondering if a more complex and optimal solution to where we can actually come in sideways and then just over the top and land would be better. But like I said, let's test repeatability here. So again, just same exact code exactly as it is. I want to see what happens here. That is very true, Matt Chad. Yeah, solving these problems is definitely very fun, both in game and in real life, right? We slap this code on to find the right speed. Yeah, something like that, Mad Chan. Or at least just, yeah, figuring out the dynamics of the other vehicle. Yeah, exactly, Portable. Yeah, we'll see repeatability here. What you got? Ooh. Ooh, that's looking mighty sleek. Is that a Vulcan style of rocket? New rocket, I like it. I like the boat tail. I see. Is that the boat tail, or did you make fairing nozzles? Fairing based nozzles? Or is that a boat tail, kind of like Atlas? It's looking slick. All right, altitude hold. Now we're tracking the pad and burning towards the pad. Not fairing nozzles. Oh, Atlas 5. Cool, yeah. Yeah. Very good, very good. All right. See, we're pitching up, trying to slow down at this time. And now we're starting to pitch backwards, so we really slow down. And now we are engines off and tracking the pad. You see that there's an inherent lag, though? And so now, yeah, there's an inherent lag there for some reason. Engines on. See, I don't know why it's still pitching over this high. Ah, there's a lag, chat. There is a lag, and then it has to correct for it. I mean, better than last time, but oh, that lag though, and I don't know why there's such a big lag. I wonder what our error signal is doing. I wonder if I should be printing out our error signal to see how fast that's changing. We entered mode 3, and then before that, so this is distance to our target, 27 meters. we're moving forward at roughly 4 meters per second. It's commanding a negative 0.14 degrees pitch. So now we're continuing to move. We're moving it over at a faster rate, so it's pitching back. Now that's interesting. Why is it jumping so much? Is that just a PID problem that we're having? It could very well be. Because look at that. We go from targeting 1.5 degrees to 0.8 degrees. And now it's shifting between 0 and 2. It's kind of like going like, you know, that. Not by a lot. It's only a couple degrees, but at the same time. And see, here's the other thing, right? So this is us coming down. We're coming over the top of it, and it's still not quickly acting on changing our pitch. And so then we change our pitch basically when we're 2 meters over our target. Yeah. I wonder if that's actually the problem. No, well, yeah, it's got to be a PID problem. PID's not acting fast enough. Or it's acting too fast and we have well, no, it's not. It's definitely not acting fast enough. But it's like overshooting, right? It's definitely overshooting. I think that's our problem. Yeah, plot it. Yeah, we could definitely add a plot here. I do plot states, right? Update data stream. Plotting utils, X data, Y data. Do I set these up at the very beginning? I do, okay. Aha! That's what I want. Okay. So throttle data stream.plot, data stream.plot. And then do I update them? I don't know if I update them anywhere. Because this just sets it up, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't set them up anywhere. Where do I have a example code on how I use that? In the simple tests, is that how I did it? Yeah, throttle.datastream.plot. Yeah, so I just have them. Okay, so I have them at the very end here within the control mode. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So I have them here as well. Elapsed time. Okay, cool. So that should all be what I need to do. So let's go ahead and do horizontal error. It's going to equal pu dot data stream plot. And then I want to add at the bottom here a horizontal error dot update data stream elapsed time. And then what do we want? We want distance to pad, right? Yeah, distance to pad, because that's updating every time. Okay. All right, let's see what that does. Yeah. Sneak up on it. I have it go part way to target and reevaluate, rinse and repeat. Not sure how you would do that. Get less aggressive on your cycle. Yeah, there's ways we can do that with like state management or even gain scheduling, right? Like every so often we can update our gain so that way it's either more reactive or less reactive. Yeah, there's definitely different ways we could do that. Let's try and see what exactly is going wrong here. So I think our error is potentially, it's either our error or velocity. Yeah, I don't think it'll actually be, hold up. I don't think I'm actually doing the right thing here. Because distance to pitch is only one of the things I want. I also want, not the heading error, not the roll inputs. Distance to pad, I want current horizontal velocity. Yeah. And then also maybe pitch input as well. Horizontal velocity, yeah, horizontal velocity. That's not even gonna be horizontal error, right? Okay. Okay, and then for that one, I want current horizontal velocity. Okay. And then let's do a pitch input as well. Man, it would be so much better if I could type chat. No, sorry, not pitch. This is gonna be pitch log. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's try that now. That's fine, chat. Don't worry, it's fine. We've all seen that before. For whatever reason, when you F9 load in, sometimes for whatever reason, like the state of the game changes when you F9 reload, and sometimes it messes with the code. Go figure, right? Let's go that way a little bit. There we go. Let's get back on track. There we go. Got a longer trek now. Okay, they're past 5,000. Enter altitude hold. Oh, what? Current horizontal velocity is not defined. Ah, but of course, chat. All right. We're going to orbit, chat. I've changed my mind. We're gonna go to orbit. Clearly, it's the only way. Oh my. Okay then. Not quite gonna make orbit. All right, let's see if it does the bug again on takeoff. Oh, I already set distance to pad. Why? Yeah. That's fine. It's just as a placeholder to start. Okay, let's try it. Oh no. Ah! It's fine. It's fine, chat. Don't worry about it. There we go. Pick it up. Hey, what's up, Zix? How are you? All right, looking okay. All right, coasting up to 5,000. There's our altitude hold and our pitch over tracking pad. Okay. Looking fine. Moving towards the pad now, 40 meters per second. Looking good. Okay, we're within 300 meters, so we should be tracking the pad now using aerodynamics. There it goes. See that delay? I wish I knew what that delay was. Okay. Okay, looking okay, looking okay. Oh no, it's on the edge. What's up, D-Money? How are you? And Saturn, good to see you. And Sudden Acceleration, how are you doing? All right, not bad. Did it plot? No, it didn't plot. Why did it plot? The heck? Do I need to do plot.show? I thought the whole point of this was to do... Oh, I didn't do plot.show. Son of a... That would probably do it. That would probably do it. Son of a gun, chat. Sick landing? The sick landing code? Thank you. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're trying to see why there's a inherent lag in the controller. Like seems to be kind of a bad one. And I'm honestly wondering, for that first one that we saw, there seemed to be a lag and our switch over between this one or was it this one even? I don't know. There was definitely an interesting lag in it switching over between control modes. Yeah, let's run it again now that we have plotting so we can see a little bit better. It didn't look like it attempted the overshoot that time. I think it's probably because I intervened and gave it a quick input to keep it from doing that. I think it would have, but it didn't because I intervened. I saw it going far off. We use KOS, but this is another level of impressive, to be fair. Thank you. Yeah, I am really enjoying the ability to use Python. I think that's really pretty cool. I've seen a lot of really awesome things with what KOS can do as well. I think somebody showed me in chat one time KOS doing a Falcon 9 style of orbital class propulsive landing, which is where we're getting to eventually. We'll see. So it should come up to altitude hold. There it goes. All right. Perfect. And shut down, track, and propulse. Okay. So right now we're aiming towards the pad and diverting to that other pad location. Looking good. We're 1,400 meters away from the pad in the horizontal direction, 71 meters opening velocity, moving towards the pad. We are pitching backwards now, trying to slow down. And we should have engines off here relatively soon. I need to tune that roll controller. There we go. Now we should... We're still in 2A. So we were in 2A that whole time, but there was for whatever reason, it's not switching into that different control mode. Tracking the pad using aerodynamics, flying the booster in. Landing burn has begun. Once we slow down enough, we'll actually start moving towards the pad using our engines. There it goes, switching control mode. It's going to overshoot again, I can already tell. Yep, overshot. Gonna bring it back in time. Nope, I don't think it's going to be able to. Yeah, it wants to overshoot and it's not switching control modes fast enough. And I'm wondering, is that part of the code or is that part of KRPC? I mean, we're still really close, but it's not consistent. Not tracking anything there, so we like that one. Don't care about that one. Don't care about that one. So we have that one, we have that one, and that one. All right, so figure 4 is going to be distance to pad. Figure 5 is going to be our velocity. And figure 6, okay, is going to be our pitch. Right, isn't that what I had? So horizontal distance, horizontal velocity, and then pitch log. Whoops. So this is our pitch all the way up until, wait, when did it stop? No, this is wrong. It's not updating pitch input here. Did I rename pitch input? Is that why? I need to keep that name the same throughout if we want to update that. Oh, it's because of this. Ah, so I do need to do that. I just call it pitch in mode 3. So as soon as we exit mode 3, it doesn't do anything. We call it pitch input. What about with mode 2A? We do have a pitch input there. So we need to call pitch inputs differently. Thanks, Saturn. Glad you like it. We wrote software to catch the Starship booster too. Hell yes. Hell yes. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I'm also at Saturn Aerospace, and we are trying to use Python and the KRPC library for a mission control app. Nice. Nice. Comes from the side and manages to pitch over and land pretty smoothly. Yeah, nice. Yep, we're getting there slowly but surely. Your meme tax might get to rule 8 here. Would it? Why? Why? Why does it have to be rule 8? Stop it. Also, wrong stream, RJ. We don't have a rule 8. Do we? Do I have a rule 8? I don't think I do. I'd be mindful of how many KRPC requests per second you're making. I usually get somewhere between 20 to 50 seconds, 20 to 50 per second due to how it has to be coded. How it has to be coded on the KRPC side. Gotcha, Puzzle Maker. Is there a way we can check that, the request per second? Does it actually show that in the thing here? I don't think it does it? Or show info? Ah. I see, I see. It probably would be good to have this up. Yeah, max time per update. Well, I guess it's because nothing's actually happening right now, right? It's actually not too bad. It's only order of milliseconds. I'm gonna have to look at this more. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that. I forgot that there was a I forgot that KRPC had a server readout like this. Okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Feel free is basically plastered across the channel. Hell yeah, I will. I will do that. I've tried hacking KRPC to get a better rate, but it's just too tied into Unity's refresh rate. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know there's definitely limitations to it. Anyways. It's not bad. It's not bad. Unfortunately, chat, I think with that, I'm gonna have to call it a day. It's been a pretty long day for me. I'm dragging here. So not quite as long as a stream as I typically do, but I do plan on being back streaming here on Friday, starting at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, where we're going to probably pick up developing a reusable Minerva rocket, so that way we can then take what we've been working on here and hopefully start testing that same code from this miniature scale rocket into our full class orbital rocket. That's what I hope to start doing on Friday. I think that's what we're gonna do. Your hair is thinning. My hair has always been thinning. Yeah. Getting old, RJ. Getting old, man. I just turned 31 last week. Yeah. Like crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But yeah, chat, have a wonderful yeah, wow. English is not Englishing right now. Have a wonderful night. Have a good Thursday and a good Friday if I don't see you. And we'll be back here on Friday. And hopefully be able to implement a reusable rocket. It's gonna be a little bit of a project, chat, because we're gonna have to redesign our current rocket in order to make the aerodynamics work well. Yeah, the aerodynamics are not good with those fairings at the bottom. We have to move those fairings to the top. Do some switcheroo. Anyways, chat, have a good one. Hope to see you guys back here Friday, where we're gonna pick this up. And until then, just a wee baby, 31 years old. Yes, just a wee baby.